So Marianne Harrison also has a public interest disclosure against Kerensa Connell, who is the initial child protection worker, and where most of this shit fuckery began. Okay, so this is where it gets concerning. The Ombudsman has agreed that Kerensa Connell's behaviour is so disturbing that they gave Marianne a public interest disclosure against her behaviour. So let me explain one of the reasons why that is. So the public interest disclosure, which I'll put here on the screen so you can see around Kerensa Connell, was that her relationship with the perpetrator's sister and a police officer called Rebecca Van Oostschot. So the perpetrator's sister claimed that she was assaulted by Marianne. Kerensa Connell organised for her to talk to Rebecca Van Oostschot at Ballarat Police, and they made a statement. They took a statement against Marianne, and they also took an intervention order out against Marianne. Now, this is where it gets really shitty. The children were present at the time. The children said to Child Protection, to Kerensa Connell, that assault did not happen. That's just completely untrue. It's documented in a Child Protection report, but Kerensa Connell, I think, had written in it that she didn't believe the children. Marianne obviously also clearly denies that incident, said it didn't happen. But why the Ombudsman was interested was because the Ombudsman found there was a relationship between Kerensa Connell and the perpetrator's sister. And there's also some concern about the relationship Rebecca Van Oostschot has with these two, because Rebecca Van Oostschot took an intervention order out against Marianne Harrison and put Marianne's children on another person's intervention order. Marianne didn't know that. So Marianne went to say hello to her children. Rebecca Van Oostschot from Ballarat Police breached Marianne because she was talking to her own children, because her own children were on another person's intervention order. Like, if that's not a setup or malicious prosecution, then, oh my God. And it gets worse. Kerensa Connell was a child protection worker at the time. She was there at that incident. She allowed Rebecca Van Oostschot, who knew, they all knew, to put Marianne's children on another person's order and then to breach her. I mean, that's insane. And then they refused to remove the children from the order. Marianne had to apply to court to get the order varied to remove the children. So Kerensa Connell, the perpetrator's sister, and Rebecca Van Oostschot have all colluded together to create a scenario where Marianne Harrison has false charges against her, which ultimately were withdrawn, as nearly all the charges are withdrawn because there's no basis for them. But they've now created this misidentification of her and this history of her. And not to forget all the trauma that's involved of having your children on another person's order for no reason and then breaching you for seeing your children. This is the tactic that Ballarat Police have used over and over again, and they have colluded with other services to get this result. The fact that the Ombudsman has agreed with Marianne in this case should concern you all.